All right, so yesterday we left off with the 3 sides being attached on all our horizontal. I'm able to pull my inside to inside number now plus 1.5 inches, which in this case gave me 69 1/4. So then what I wanted to do was go off the center. So I found center and then mapped it out from there. You can see my white marks. You can see my white marks. I'm using that's what I'm using. That way I can see the white against the black. And I'm using my T-square to map that out. And then I'm gonna cut this with a grinder, right, with a cutting wheel. So I'm gonna go through while Aaron's doing the sides, the uprights to the stair kick. So that way we can start running this rail. I'm cutting the horizontals up there, right? I'll drop all these panels in. By the time that's done, Aaron will be able to do the 3 sides here, and I'll start capping up there. And then he'll be ready to find the angles. I'm gonna use the same T-square. This T-square has angles on it. I can use that to map out these angles. And again, I told you guys in a different video that the hog wire for the stairs is taller. It's actually 5 feet tall by 6 feet wide. That gives you enough to cut the angles, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. So I haven't screwed anything down yet, but this is what we mapped it out for. See, that's coming out flush. That'll come out flush there. I'll put 2 screws right here. And then when we screw the top rail on, we'll screw up through. We'll probably just go 2 sets. So we'll put 2 up through the bottom here, 2 up through the bottom here, and then we'll put 2 down through the top. Bam. Right? But this is what this is starting to look like. And I try to make sure whichever side the horizontal wire is on, it's on this side. And then these verticals are on that side. I just try to keep them same. Right? And then if you look, it's coming out even gaps. Pretty much 1.5 inches. Pretty much 1.5 inches, right? So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Big Bad Builder style. Thanks for watching. All right, so here's how I'm finding my panel lengths. Went up there and measured to see what I needed. In this case, it's 89 1/8. So I hooked the end of my panel, pull over. I made a mark right there, 89 1/8. I turned around, I pulled back from here to that mark. I ended up with 7 3/16. I divided that by 2 and I came up with 3 9/16 strong. So I hooked the edge, made a mark there. Hooked the edge, made a mark there. Now I can use my T-square to transfer that, cut it off. Transfer that, cut it off. For me, this is easier. It makes my math easier with smaller numbers than it would be for me to pull to the middle and then pull 2 directions and then add them up and then hopefully they equal the same thing, right? And my total number. So again, this makes it a smaller number to work with. Super easy, fast enough for what I got going on. And that's how I'm doing it. Now I'll transfer that, cut it, and then this is our last horizontal panel for up there. Then I got to start working on these angles, and I'll show you how I do that with the same T-square. This is an adjustable T-square, right? Thanks for watching. All right, and here's what it starts to look like, mostly finished. All right, the only exposed screws are up here. We got some screws down here up into the rail holding everything together, right? So that way this is nice and tight. The only thing left we need to do is put little foot blocks in there so that can't sag. But if you see, I'm shaking that. It's nice and sturdy. These panels are in there good. Not a lot of wobble in them. And these are less than 4 inches. They're like 3 3/4. That's why it counts, right? You don't want them wobbling in your track. So we're in there pretty snug. You see that? I mean, obviously there's a little flex here, but down in here we're not wobbling, which is good. And up and down, you see we're not wobbling there either. It keeps it nice and tight and sandwiched. And it keeps it from rattling in the wind, right? Anyways, that's where we're at. Thanks for watching. And that's the gist of how we do our hog rail.